but he couldn't, and that debilitated him. You know, I still feel like he has remnants of it. It's normal. It wasn't that long ago, it was like 3 years ago. But I do think that it's time for him to move on. And Capricorns have a very... Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Holly, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm actually doing this week career updates because a lot of you have been asking me to do them, so I shall be doing that. So if you like these, please like the video. Even if you're subscribed, it really does help. You know, if you like a video and it shows up on your feed more and stuff like that, and it promotes to the algorithm, so it's helping both of us out if you like it. I also love to hear what you say, but please be respectful. The person I'm doing the video on, this was recommended that I do Zayn's career. It's actually recommended by a member. If you are a member, you get automatic. I'll make it automatically, unless it's against my guidelines, like if I've met the person, if I've done a reading, personal reading on them, so forth and so forth. So yeah, just putting that out there. Grateful to have you all, and let's get into this reading. So I'm doing Zayn's career. I recently did a Zayn 2024 prediction. I will have a card up in the video about it. Yeah, just feel like a lot is going on with him right now, especially because as I shuffled the cards, I just remembered that this lady showed up, you know, and this is why I never speak about the celebrities that I've dated or hung out with. I think it's such a bad look, and it's so thirsty. You know, you have a private moment with that person and then they just like exposed it. I really am not a fan of any of that. Even if you know, like David Beckham with Rebecca Lewis, I remember I was 15, I think, when all that happened, and it was revealed that David Beckham was allegedly having an affair with his personal assistant. Even then, I don't know, my face is so itchy right now. Sorry. Even then, I still wouldn't, because I just feel like you have a moment with that person trusted you at some point in time. So I don't like it at all, but that's just my personal opinion. Let's get into Zayn. A lot of things going on, you know, in his life, and so forth. So yeah, let's get into it. So as I was shuffling the cards, I got, like I said, I got the image of that woman. I feel like in his finding his way, as we all do, we make mistakes, you know, and it's normal, it's okay, he's human. And I feel like in his making mistakes, it might get a little dark, you know, with him. And I feel like that with a lot of Capricorns, you know. I think Sun and Capricorns, I know them very well. My longest relationship was with the Sun and Capricorn. I have a lot of Sun and Capricorn friends. I just can relate to them a lot, especially because I have Capricorn on my chart, and a lot of Capricorn on my chart actually, and Aquarius, I'm Sun in Aquarius, is half ruled by Saturn, which rules Capricorn. So I feel like I can relate a lot to Capricorns in the sense that they have this, in general, have a need to feel worthy through their work, you know, and through their notoriety and through their status. You know, a lot of earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, can feel like that, but I think specifically them, because they work so hard usually. You know, Taurus, I feel like don't work that hard. You're a Taurus, I don't mean that in a bad way, I just feel like Taurus love lavish things, but they don't really put the work behind it. Capricorns and Virgos put the work behind it. And Virgos, I feel like in general, tend to work for other people, but Capricorns become the bosses. They're ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of work. So I think his music career not going the way that he wants it to is really having an effect on him, and I feel for him. So with the Hanged Man, 3 of Swords and 9 of Cups, it seems as though energetically, what I pick up on through the tarot, he's not fully done healing from what happened between him and Yolanda and Gigi. And I've said this before, I really feel like they are going to get back together. But every time he sees something, you know, and I also think Capricorns are very loyal. I think Capricorn's one of my favorite signs, actually. Capricorns are very loyal. They listen. They have a lot of great qualities. But something that happens with Capricorns, they can be prone to depression. I think the sign, them, Geminis and Aquarius, can be very prone to depression because they have a high standard for themselves and a high standard of other people. Virgos too. So with Two of Wands, I feel like every time he starts, it's like, okay, this happened before, why start? You know, and I found myself definitely in that energy. I only tell these stories so I can relate, so that I can, that's how I kind of express how the person is feeling, because I can relate, you know. But during COVID, I was in dark depression, you know, and I think that's how I can relate. My work life was not going well. I had to find out, I had to learn that work does not define me, especially if you're a hard worker. You know, if you've been a hard worker your whole life, that's how I've been. I could see that with him. You know, when you are that person that's known for working hard, that's known for showing up, that's known for doing this, that's known for doing that, and then that's taken away from you, it can be very debilitating. And I see that with him. I think the situation with Yolanda, Gigi, it took it from him, and he wants to go back in time. He wants to change it. He still has this feeling like he wants to change it. Is he the middle child? It gives me middle child syndrome of needing to fix things and fix people, but he couldn't, and that debilitated him. You know, I still feel like he has remnants of it. It's normal. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 3 years ago. But I do think that it's time for him to move on. And Capricorns have a very hard time moving on. I've seen that. Definitely. They're very fixed energy. So with the moon, the bottom of the deck, that's what I mean about him needing to move on. The moon is definitely about needing to move on. So that is causing him to feel like he can't do stuff. It's causing him to feel like he's not worthy. He's got a lot of dark thoughts. Poor thing. I send him so much love, really, because it's not easy. Surrounding his career, the future. Every time we put something out, people have something negative to say about it. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay. Wow. So with the Strength, Four of Cups, and High Priestess, I see very strongly this sense of there's going to be a motherly energy that comes into his life and reminds him that everything is exactly how it's meant to be. And it's tough, you know, it's very tough to see things like that, especially when you're stuck in the past. He's definitely stuck in the past. And this motherly energy, I don't think it's his mother, it's somebody else. But there's a motherly energy coming into his life that's going to tell him, I think it might be a therapist or like a spiritual teacher, but the High Priestess, is a spiritual teacher, is somebody that knows, that can see things, that has a deep, nurturing energy. And she's going to tell him, hey, you know, it's time to move on. But she's going to tell him in a way that he understands, you know? Capricorns, like I said, can be very stubborn, get very hard-headed. But I don't actually, you know, I think people give stubbornness a bad rep. But it can be very good if you have strong work ethic. But letting go of situations and people can be very tough for Capricorns, for stubborn people, you know. It was actually a Capricorn that taught me, my relationship with a Capricorn that told me that I can fixate on things as much as I want to, but it's not going to change the situation. It's not going to help the situation. People cannot be forced to change, and I only have control over myself, you know. And I think that's something I see him maybe even going to a retreat, something like that, in the spring or summer in the northern hemisphere. I see him doing that. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups to the bottom of the deck, so that he can like really move forward. It's going to be tough for him to move forward, but I do think people, Capricorn mindset, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, that kind of mindset, people that are about business, about work, need to take things day by day. Everybody, really, but especially with those type of signs that are about work and like seeing the future. I think sometimes people like Zayn can get caught up in the future, and it can like bring him down, because he's like, I'm supposed to be here by now, I'm supposed to be there by now, this was supposed to happen. Like it's what coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. And so yeah, that's where he's stuck in, that energy. So that's what I have for you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for my future videos, and like I always say, comment. I'd love to have to say. Please be respectful. Take care.